In 2020, Toronto was ranked as the fastest growing city in North America, and it was also ranked as the most livable city in North America. I would like to share with you my own experience of living in Toronto in case you are planning to move to Toronto. Hello, my name is Olena. I'm a real estate broker here in Toronto. And in this episode, I would like to cover some of the disadvantages of living in Toronto. But before I begin, please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell button to be notified every time I post a new video. Please comment down below with your questions, inquiries, and also suggest the topics that might be of interest for you with regards to moving to Toronto or living here. So let's begin. The first thing that comes to our mind when we speak about Canada is the cold weather. That is very correct, given that the cold weather may last up to 6 months. I personally don't mind it, as I have lived in this type of climate all my life, but for some people it can be a really deal breaker. In Toronto, low temperatures are often combined with chill wind and humidity, and we always say it's -10, but it feels like -20. On the positive side, people in Toronto got used to enjoying winter times with various activities such as skating, skiing, snowshoeing, and of course hockey. Also, even if you are not a fan of winters, you will still be able to enjoy spring, summer, and fall, as we have all 4 seasons with typical temperatures during a year. The second thing that I would like to mention is Toronto is very crowded and sometimes gets really noisy and busy. The city's population is over 2.7 million, and it's growing due to a constant immigration that brings thousands of newcomers each year. According to the Statistics Canada, more than 51% of all Toronto residents were born outside of Canada. So it's absolutely normal to be a newcomer and to follow your traditions and to speak your native language. People coming to Toronto must be really open-minded and tolerant to other ethnicities, because we have almost every cultural background here in Toronto represented. We call it diversity, and we use it as a strength. Newcomers feel the same warm welcome as residents. The city has 240 neighborhoods, and some of them have certain ethnic group dominating with their traditional lifestyles and languages spoken. For example, Little Italy, Greek Town, Little Portugal, Chinatown, or for example, Bloor West Village for the residents with the Eastern European background. You will never get bored in this city, as there is a variety of authentic cuisines, cultural events, exhibitions, concerts, and so on. The downside of Toronto being so desirable and welcoming is the fact that it is in high demand. This high demand makes it so expensive, and people are paying top dollars to be able to live here. This high demand drives prices up for a lot of key things of your daily necessity. For example, housing is very expensive. The average price for a detached home in Toronto is around 1 million Canadian dollars. To rent a one-bedroom apartment will cost you around 2,000 Canadian dollars per month. We see a constant price growth year after year, but on the bright side, you can buy a property with as little as 5% down payment and borrow the rest of the money at a very low interest rate. Right now, the interest rates are under 2%. It's practically free money. To add to the list of disadvantages, I should mention that the tax rates are very high in Toronto. However, Toronto offers great education and world-class medical systems. These systems are funded through taxes. The overall quality of living here is high. In 2020, Toronto was recognized as 5th city in the world for quality of life. When speaking of the financial side of living in Toronto, I just can't skip the topic of employment. Good news, Toronto has one of the fastest growing job markets in North America. It is often called the second Silicon Valley due to IT specialists attracted to the city. Toronto offers a lot of job opportunities, and if you're ambitious enough, you will find your way in the city. But the downside of this advantageous environment is that the competition on the job market is really, really high. Plus, if you are new and you do not have a good professional network here, it will take you some time to get to a desirable position. In addition, in Toronto as well as in Canada in general, a lot of things depend on your credit score. It will also take you some time to build your credibility report. Meanwhile, my advice is to be very careful when borrowing money, due payment dates, and credit cards. Reach out to me with your questions if you need to know more about building up your credit score. Toronto is a high paced city. It often gets so busy and noisy, and if you are more like a countryside person who values quietude and slower rhythm, you might easily get overwhelmed in Toronto. But to be fair, I have to mention that the city offers a really quiet neighborhoods as well, where you feel like in the countryside. For example, Lawrence Park South, Forest Hill, the Bridle Path, Rosedale Park, and so many more. You can always find your comfortable spot within a short distance to the city core. These neighborhoods are always safe, family oriented, with highly ranked public and private schools and family friendly facilities. If you are interested in the list of those areas, please reach out. As a real estate broker in Toronto, I'll be able to recommend the areas that meet your expectations the most. You can also check my YouTube channel and to watch my reviews of Toronto's most reputable and family-friendly neighborhoods. As I mentioned earlier, the city is young and constantly growing. This explains a lot of residential and commercial construction. While driving through the city, you will see numerous high rises being built, roads under construction, and so on. Diving into a residential block, you will notice lots of properties under substantial renovation or construction. All these factors create congestions on the roads and are reasons for traffic, especially during the rush hours. It is an inconvenience in a daily life, of course, and can be considered a disadvantage of living in Toronto. But the city is improving its transportation system, solving housing problems, and overall rejuvenating. Living in Toronto has its cons and pros. I believe it all depends on the personal preferences. My family of five came to Toronto in 2009 and has never regretted the move. We have been through many schools, whether public, Catholic, or private. We changed a lot of neighborhoods and we met lots of people along our journey. I would be happy to share my personal professional experience if you are interested in schools, great neighborhoods, or investment opportunities in Toronto. And again, my name is Elena. I am a real estate broker here in Toronto. If you are planning on moving to the city, feel free to reach out to me with your questions and inquiries. And also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell button to be notified every time I post a new video about living in Toronto. Also, comment down below and let me know what topics you are interested in. Call, text, email, let's chat. Thank you for watching and I will see you in my next videos.